This Road Dirt presentation is brought to you by Law Tigers, motorcycle lawyers. Find them at lawtigers.com. On this episode of Road Dirt, we conduct a middleweight shootout between Honda's CB750 Hornet and Yamaha's MT-07. Stay tuned. Hey, this is Rob with Road Dirt, and we have the unique pleasure and opportunity to run a pair of naked sport bikes, or street fighters, whatever you want to call them, against each other here in the early fall. The Yamaha MT-07 2025 edition with a lot of upgrades, and Honda's new to the US market. I don't think they've had a Hornet in the United States for like 20 years, the CB750 Hornet. We're going to run these against each other and see how they stand up. Really, we got the idea for this back in, I want to say June or so. I was out in Sacramento, California with Honda and got to sample this and the CB1000 Hornet model for several days out in the mountains out there outside of Sacramento. And I got the idea because we had just had the 2024 model of the MT-07 not 6 months earlier, and we're closing out 2024 with it. And I had the idea we ought to run these two motorcycles against each other. And I pitched it to the Honda guys, and they were like, "Oh heck yeah, we'd love to run our bike against, against the competition over there." And then when we got back home, and late summer, Honda got one of their CB750s in the Atlanta offices, which is close to us, and the Yamaha guys, after I posted a few photos of it, the Yamaha guys reached out and said, "We saw you picked up a CB750. We'd like to run our MT-07 against it with all of its 2025 upgrades. What do you say?" I was like, "You read my mind." So they delivered it to us within a week, and here we are. We're going to run these two bikes against each other. There are some size and weight differences. I mean, the CB750 actually runs a 755cc parallel twin 270 crank engine, and the MT-07 runs a 689cc, I think 689 is correct, 270 crank. So there's a little bit of displacement difference, but they are pretty much targeted at the same audience that loves these middleweight naked sport bikes, or naked street fighters, or whatever you want to call them. A bike I personally really love. I love this category, and these small, quick, lightweight, yet easy to ride middleweight bikes that are offered by so many. And they're so affordable too. They're like all under 10 grand. So we're going to run these two bikes against each other and give our impressions, at least, and what we like and think could be improved on either one of them. So stay tuned. Let's go for a ride. So here we are in historic Madison, Georgia on a beautiful September day. This is my friend Drew Perlmutter. Drew, good to have you with us today, man.
Thanks for having me.
We are out riding the Yamaha 2025 MT-07 with all of its upgrades, and new to the American market, the Honda CB750 Hornet. Now, Drew, you're a bit of a Honda guy. He's a Honda guy, man. So he took this bike first, and we've ridden it for a couple hours, and different sort of bike than you're used to riding.
Mm-hmm.
What have been your impressions of it so far?
Yeah, for me, riding a motorcycle is fun. That's what I'm looking for when I ride a bike. It's a fun way to experience traveling.
Yep.
I like Hondas because they're fun. Honda offers a motorcycle of every different shape and size, and the naked street bikes are something that's a little bit new to me. I don't often ride fast bikes. I like a Goldwing, I like a cruiser, something with comfort.
And the old vintage bikes, he's into vintage, man. We dig it.
Big vintage guy. So anytime I get on something new, sporty, powerful, I'm impressed and I'm having fun because it just does everything you want it to do quickly and efficiently.
And comfortably too, yeah.
Right, so it's a Honda. It is more of the neutral riding position, but it encourages you to lean into it a little bit.
Yeah, you're leaning into it a little bit, yeah,
and that,
with both of them.
And that is what I kind of like about the street bike, the naked sport bike. Is it's not something I'm used to, and when I get on it, I feel like a motorcycle racer. Like it transports me from, like, you know, the cruisers, the vintage stuff that I'm going, you know, slow on. I get on this and it feels like I'm on a motorcycle track. I hit a curvy road, and you know, they call it the Hornet, and as I'm riding this 750 twin with 270 timing, then I'm going, you know, 8,000, 9,000 RPM. It's buzzing, it's vibrating.
Yeah.
But not in a bad way. It is visceral. You feel the RPMs going through your veins when you kind of get on it. And I'm thinking to myself, this is probably what a Hornet feels like. You know, the actual bee, you know.
You could ride one.
And you know, it is, I love the small package. I love how you are one with the motorcycle. You kind of get in there. It's just becomes an extension. And you know, I feel that buzziness. I feel the flying.
He feels it, man. He feels like he's, I just liked your comment about the Hornet. You know, it just feels like you're rizing a Hornet.
Yeah.
You know, and
it's
well
instant
named.
Power. It is responsive, and it's buzzy, but like in a good way.
Good way.
It reminds you that you're riding a motorcycle, and at any second, with a blip of the throttle, there's more to go.
Exactly. So now we're going to swap, and for the next couple hours, Drew's going to be on the Yamaha, the MT-07, and I'm going to be back on the Hornet, and give some more impressions here a little bit later on. So stick with us. More riding. So we've been out riding all day long. Just got back a little late afternoon. Been quite a day on these two bikes, man. You got to spend some time last hour, couple hours really, on the MT-07. What have been your thoughts on it?
Yeah. These two bikes are very similar. They're both naked sport bikes, and riding both one after the other, I find that it's a very similar feel. It is a powerful, quick, responsive bike.
Yeah.
Both are light, nimble, and the thing that I like about this naked sport bike is you are in it. It has room for you to become one with the bike. You know, your knees hug the tank.
Yeah.
You lean forward. You feel like a sport bike rider. These bikes are both very similar. I had a hard time really finding one standing out. You know, there are very small differences, and especially somebody who doesn't ride sport bikes, they both do the same thing, in my opinion. I think if you're looking at a naked sport bike, these two are going to do the same thing. It's what appeals to you. Are you brand loyal? Do you like the looks of one more than the other? Riding both, I just found them to be fun. You grip the throttle and you go.
You made an interesting note about after about an hour or so on the MT-07, you noted you could feel the 66 horsepower difference between the two of them. Expound on that a little bit.
Right, so 750, and what is this clocking at?
A 689, I think, yeah.
Right, so it's a very small difference, but the one thing I noticed that this revs just a little bit higher to get you to the same power band, to get you the same miles per hour that one does. And so how that translated to me is that this motor feels a little bit more peppy. It feels a little bit more raw, a little bit more visceral.
I've noted that, yeah.
And that could be, you know, those 49 missing cc's just trying to make up for it, you know.
But it does feel like more of a torque monster for its size, in a sense, you know.
Yes, I did find that, and I don't know if that's Honda's engineering and a little bit of the bigger cylinder.
And maybe a little more refinement in the tuning.
Yeah, they kind of over-engineered it. They smoothed it out a little bit, whereas this one, just a little bit more raw. And sport mode, you know, both just kind of let the bike go. I really enjoyed that. But the other thing I found about the Honda is, to me, it feels more like a sport bike. The foot rests are just a little bit further back. There's a little bit less of a rise and a pullback on the bars. You are more forward. You are more...
Slightly more... That's a good observation, yeah.
I found that I'm
Your
hugging
feet are
this
slightly...
bike.
Yeah.
And that, to me, when I'm thinking about a sport bike, you know, if I want to go all in. I want to feel like a sport bike rider. I want to be hugging the tank. And with this bike, I want to say maybe more comfortable. A little
more upright riding position, yeah.
Yeah, there was a bit more room to kind of move around on the seat and stretch up. And I even stood for, I forgot to try and stand on that bike to see what standing was like. But I was able to stand comfortably on this.
Because you got foot pegs, I guess, about an inch or so forward a little bit, so you're a little more upright than even this one, yeah.
So if I were trying to make the decision between the two, it would come down to just very minor things. Do I like a brand better? Do I like the looks of one better? Is the price more incentivizing than the other?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I found them giving me the same experience, both acting very similar, and then just there being a few small differences.
Yeah.
But I think at the end of the day, because I don't ride sport bikes, if I'm thinking of a sport bike, I like this because it makes me...
You're in it. Right.
I'm
You're in it a little bit more, yeah.
And
I agree.
You know, this might be more comfortable for an all-day ride or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree, yeah. I kind of find this one to be more of a refined, naked sport bike kind of feel, and this one more of just like a raw, visceral hooligan bike. I think I like the frame on this one, and I love the rims on that one. I don't know, it's just a lot of aesthetics like that, but they're both beautiful motorcycles. They perform crazy good. They're just super stupid fun to ride, and yeah, good observations on them.
Yeah, and I think that's my takeaway with this naked sport bike. Again, I said motorcycles are fun for me.
Yeah.
You get on this and you have fun. Like if you are not having fun on this, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
It's a very easy and comfortable bike to get on and off. Stops and starts very easy, and you just point it in any direction, and it'll take you there.
It will.
And it's kind of fun to feel like a little bit of a hooligan, you know.
Yep.
Leaning in some turns.
Yeah, we were diving through some fun curvy roads too, for sure. Well, man, I appreciate you coming up and
Rob, thank you.
And riding it with us. Yeah, look forward to, doing some more collaboratives and share some more fun rides and motorcycles together in the days and weeks, months to come, years, for sure, man.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Motorcycles are fun. Let's do it again.
Let's do it again, man.
Yeah.
So there you have it. the 2025 comparison shootout, middleweight motorcycle shootout between the 2025 Honda CB750 Hornet and the 2025 Yamaha MT-07. We have had a blast riding both of these motorcycles for the last several weeks and month really with this one, and I want to thank our friend Drew Perlmutter for coming out and helping us ride and evaluate these bikes back to back, nose to tail, side by side. It's been one heck of a great time with these two motorcycles. So you're wondering, what's the tail of the tape here? I mean, when you look at both of these motorcycles, they are the finest examples of affordable, fun, lightweight, quick, nimble, all the words like approachable and affordable, middleweight sport, naked sport bikes. They really are. Both of them are really the epitome of that. They're so affordable. They both come in, well under 10 grand. You can't say that for a lot of middleweight naked sports and some of the other, boutique brands, and European brands and stuff. But these bikes are just, they just notch right in that segment. And there's a reason that for years, the MT-07 has been Yamaha's biggest selling street bike. And really, be honest, I think between this one and their CB650R, I think this is going to be a huge seller in the United States too. Their first iteration of the Hornet, like 20-something years ago, was a big seller as well. So, but running them back to back, nose to tail, side by side, which one's really the winner? If you look at the tail of the tape, honestly, the Hornet, you get more bike for the buck, really. For $600 less, you get 66 more cc's of horsepower and displacement, and you get more technical offerings, more ride modes, more customization, more features. It's got a stock quick shifter, which the MT-07 doesn't have, but my one caveat with this CB750 is, don't buy it for the quick shifter. Honestly, it's not a very good one, which is surprising for Honda. Both of these that I've ridden, this one for the last month and then out in Sacramento at the press launch for it, a lot of us moto journalists noted, that's kind of a clunky quick shifter. It just doesn't feel butter smooth. And Yamaha makes an aftermarket quick shifter for the MT-07, and some of the reader boards we've looked at says that when it's installed, that it works pretty well. So, but that's like another, what, $500 or something maybe? $400 or $500. I'll be honest, I love both of these motorcycles and I love this category. But if I had to spend my dollars on this one or this one, I think the Honda's the one I would choose. One, I just love this version of it, this pearl white with black accents and that lipstick red frame under there is just freaking gorgeous to me. And the fact that you get more features for $600 less than this comparable MT-07, which itself is a fantastic motorcycle. It's a torque monster for a 689, but this is more of a torque monster for a 755. Makes a difference. I really think you can't go wrong with either one of them. They're great motorcycles. I want to thank our friends at Yamaha Motors USA for loaning us the MT-07, and I want to thank our friends at Honda Power Sports USA for loaning us the CB750 Hornet. They are both great bikes. I wish I could make room for them in my garage to keep them, but I think you can appreciate and enjoy which one probably best suits your personality, your riding style, and of course, your wallet. So, hey, check us out on our main media page, our main media site, roaddirt.tv. That's our e-magazine where all the writers and photographers all contribute stories and photo galleries and things like that. Our online magazine, as we call it. We've also got social media pages. We're on Facebook. We got a group and a page there, Road Dirt TV. Instagram, their thing called Threads. We're out there on X. Go find us. and like, subscribe, follow what we do there, interact with us. We've also got a Spotify music playlist, about 25 hours or so of music for the open road or when you're wrenching in the garage. You can find that. It's called Road Dirt Road Trip on Spotify. Love these. Got to decide now which one to take for a final ride. Hey, until next time, this is Rob with Road Dirt. Ride life.